Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Just having a look at the contracts that are available to us at the moment. Science data from the surface of Juno. Well, we're planning on going there at some stage. So it's got a 25-year duration. I think it's worth taking that. Science data from the surface of Ike. That's got a 23-year duration. I think we'll take that as well. Explore Juno. It never expires. And it wants you to transmit or recover science data from around space around Juno, land on Juno, and transmit or recover science data from the surface. Let's grab that. And we'll probably want to do the Ike one as well. It's exactly the same. So we'll have that. We've now got like 1.6, nearly 1.7 million plus all of our science to play with. It is excellent. Anyway, we need to do this contract here before it expires. It's got 3 years left, so it's not too bad. But Balana has been orbiting Kerbin for a little while now, and she's quite keen to come home. So let's just go grab her and get that one out of the way. So again, let's have a look at our ships that we previously used. That satellite contract earned us a lot because that cost us 10,000 in the last episode to put that satellite up there, and I think we got about 100,000 back. So that was a good contract. So rescue. Where is a rescue? Here we are. Rescue 3 Mark 1. Let's load it. I think that was for rescue 3 Kerbals. Yes. So that's overkill. Rescue 1 Mark 1. Rescue 1 Mark 2. There we go. That's probably the one we want. So yeah, there we go. That gets us up there. We know it works because it's done its job before. Probodyne, but we have got an improved one now. If I can work out if we can change it over. Which is the better? That's the better one, isn't it? Yes. So that one we want. Oh, okay. That's not going to be too difficult at all. Ta-da! Sorted. We've got drogue chutes now as well, so we might just, for added safety, just pop a couple of these on. For no reason other than just a bit of added safety. Not going to bother with any science, I don't think. Use to determine the planetary magnetic fields. It's not still not. Where is the gravioli detector? Let's stick one of these on the back, because I'm not sure whether we've used one of these very much. I'm sure there should be some method of detecting whether the gravity. I'm also going to stick one of these on somewhere, because I'm not sure we got one of those. I think they can go anywhere. I don't think they're physics enabled and whatever else it's called. No, I don't know. No, I think that might do us then. Let's have Science X. magnetometer scan while landed in various areas. While landed. While in space. Go on then. Let's stick that on then. To be honest, I don't think, especially with the drogue shoots, we're going to need that. So I think I'm safe to do that. It looks fairly aerodynamic as well. Oh, that's an orbital telescope. We won't have that. Right, 20,000 to rescue her. Might pick up a bit of science en route. Let's just add an extra eye and save that because it is an improved version. I think this is the one that bounces off there, but is workable. Launch. T map. Hold on a second. I've just spotted something. Timber die has popped in. Revert flight to the vehicle assembly bay. Crew out, please. Thank you. Launch. He's just too keen, is old Jerry over there. Right. Where is the person who we're supposed to be saving? You got 10. Okay, this isn't going to work if I can't turn on debris, because I think it's classed as debris. Why can't I turn it on? Mun? I'm not clicking on the mun. Revert flight. Vehicle assembly bay. Should probably change the name of the stream at the moment because we're right. Turn on debris. Right, what else I got to turn on? Ships. That'll be it. That's what I'm supposed to turn on, isn't it? Valalas. He has definitely been rescued. I think. Right. Now that's turned on. We should be able to go fly this mission. We'll check that Jebediah hasn't jumped back in again. He has a tendency to do this sort of thing. Good. We've kept him. Oh, click the wrong button. Meant to click launch. Apologies. Let's just check he hasn't jumped in. Yep, that's fine. He's still stapled to the chair in the canteen with his snacks. Right, so if we check the map now, that's us. She's not far away. I think because we're coming up lower, we want her to be just past us. Maybe, probably much overhead would probably do. So throttle up, stability assist. Here we go. Oh, the thrust to weight is again a little lower than expected. But we're getting there as the fuel burns off. We get lighter and we can accelerate harder. Solid rocket boosters are heavy. They do give you a good kick to start with. Start to throttle down as we approach 100 meters per second. What if I added a bit more weight? I should check the thrust to weight ratio, maybe crank these guys up a little bit. But we're doing okay now. Up they go. We could rotate around and then begin our gravity turn. Is over this way. And then these guys should drop off without any problems. Any second now they can burn out. There we go. It didn't even bounce off anything. Brilliant. Begin our gravity turn a bit more aggressively now that we've lost a bunch of weight. See, our apoapsis is already at 30. She's a little bit behind. She's at 84, so we want to be below 84. Because she's well ahead of us now, so we need to catch up. So we'll aim for maybe 75, something like that. And start doing the gravity turn a bit more. We're at 30,000 meters now, so we can turn over fairly aggressively now without the worry of the atmosphere sending us into some kind of spiral. Right, apoapsis is now 54. Fuel in here is beginning to run out. We're going to be losing this section fairly soon. Hopefully we'll be well on our way into a stable orbit by the time that happens. Any science that we can do? No. Apoapsis is 60,000 now, so we're nearly there. I think if we just go click on prograde, we'll allow the ship just to move us along in the prograde direction. Hopefully that's not going to burn up too much of our electricity. Oh, I should be throttled up. Despite things weren't going quite as I was expecting, we weren't throttled up. Oh, I started that in a little soon, perhaps. Just need to keep going a little bit, just so we hit a bit more space, because this engine don't work too good down here. Just go stability assist and maybe get a bit more efficiency. That should be enough. A little while before we get to our maneuver node, and then we're just going to burn this one out just so that we get, let's make her our target, and we're going to burn this out until we hit our target, which is her coming around here. There we go. Too much writing in one place, difficult to see where we're aiming for. Right. So I generally do that so that we get, actually we might want to be a little lower than her still, because we're still quite a way behind, but we need to make sure we are going to be in space. Heck, we'll leave it as that. MechJeb, do you fancy doing that maneuver for us? Just saves me pressing buttons, really. Let the computer do the work, take the strain as it were. Right, so once we've got ourselves a nice stable orbit, and we check out delta V we've got left, plenty. We now got to think about, well, we're still getting there, hold on. Cool, right. Apoapsis 77, periapsis 76. Right, we're fairly safe. So that's our intersect and target's position, as in our closest approach. So we're probably going to let that do an orbit and see what happens. So let's walk to the periapsis. So we currently got 389 kilometers. Yep, next orbit will be a bit closer. 337. Yeah, because I didn't use full gas on the way up. We are going to be a little bit slower, a little bit further back than I expected to be. But we're on a slightly smaller orbit than them, so we will catch up. It's quite difficult, these orbits. So with hindsight, with them being such a low orbit that we're aiming for, we probably should have went high and let them catch up with us. So what was that? 337, 285. To be honest, as boring as it is, I think we can't go lower really safely. Welcome to the magic of editing. Rendezvous. It's a funny old thing that just as you think you've got it and you think you know how to do it, you go and struggle and you really, really realize that you either never had it in the first place and you were lucky, or you've forgotten how to do it again. It's definitely a skill that takes a bit of practice, and once you've got it, you got to keep going, otherwise you get a bit rusty. Anyway, because I was coming in low to be faster, yet they were only at, the target was only at 80. That means we've only got 10,000 meters between hitting the atmosphere and deorbiting, and being low enough to be fast enough to catch up with them. Not a very big margin of error there, so you can only go a small amount and then do a few orbits to catch up. And then I'm just trying to fine tune it, and I seem to forget the skills on how to do that. So fine tune it by doing small maneuver node burns in various places, just to get that to a really, really close encounter. I'm really aiming for about a kilometer at the most, sort of thing, really, but I never really got that close. So what I'm going to do is cut this section here completely, not just fast forward, and take you to the next section of this rendezvous, because it took a while. Okay, so we're now got within a few kilometers. So you get to the next stage, which is more down to herding or pushing and pulling your retrograde or prograde marker over the target. At the same time, obviously making sure that your um, speed relative to the target is not too great that you don't end up being a missile crashing into it. So I adjust it and keep adjusting it and keep adjusting it, and eventually I get a bit too slow, so I end up having to speed up a little bit, get a little bit nearer. We're not too far away now, we're less than a kilometer now, you can see. And I'm just fine tuning it, usually using time warp rather than speeding up, so that you can get that a little bit closer in real time sort of thing without speeding up, because when you speed up, you got to use a bit of fuel, bit of delta V to speed up, and then slow it down again before you hit it. So we're just coming up with a few 100 meters away now, and we're just going to get ourselves into a nice stationary position alongside, and I'll pass you back to live. $100 away, perfectly acceptable now to RCS over for the rescue, but we just get just a tad closer, and then we'll lose the last of this speed just getting this back onto the marker. $50 away. Right, let's kill it entirely now. That's perfectly acceptable. I'm going to derate the engine a little bit just for the accuracy of this final stopping maneuver. There we go, 0.1 meters a second. It doesn't know really which direction we're heading. So F5 for safety, and switch crafts, and Vala, EVA, RCS. EVA report. Nothing new there, unfortunately. Probably should have oriented the craft a little bit to make it easy to get in the door, but it will be fine. Grab EVA report. Yeah, we replace it. No, nothing doing. We're bored. All the science we brought, it's not going to help us because we don't need any of it. And well, let's retrograde burn. Thought I had the Protodovidine that I could retrograde fix onto. Confused. Anyway, retrograde burn, bring us in. We'll just splash down here somewhere if we can. Did I say F5 for safety? We need to re-rate our engine. Hold on a minute. That's prograde. I'm getting mixed up with my markers. How did I manage that? Ah, I want to be on surface retrograde. Let's try that again. Right above the KSC at the moment. Kerbal Space Center. Don't want to come down too strong. That might be too strong. Too quick. Don't know. We have got a heat shield. But I guess we'll find out. How much electricity we got? Not a hell of a lot. Where's the sun? Just go back to stability assist mode, run retrograde. I'm a bit worried about the old electricity usage. Where? We have a solar panel there. The sun is... We're on the dark side or something. behind my head. There we go. We need to orientate our craft so the solar panel is now getting some electricity. There we go. Got a couple of things. It's now part of the crew. Thought I saw a and we picked her up, so that's good. Don't know why it's supposed to be going on retrograde marker there. So we're just entering the atmosphere now. There goes the space center. So the sooner you can stop, the nearer it will be, the more money we'll get back for the craft. Electricity is still looking poor again, so we'll just drop to there. So and let's go back up again. So yeah, retrograde does use a lot more than just stability assist, because it's trying to turn me around somewhere. But there we go. So we're in the atmosphere. We should be slowing down now. Still picking up speed though, it would seem. Don't want to time warp at the moment, because sometimes you find that school skips you through the atmosphere a bit quick. But there we go, getting some heat effects now, starting to slow us down. Shall we stay on our retrograde marker there? The ablator is starting to burn through. Speed is reducing, but we need to reduce quite a bit quicker than this. So we're still at 30,000, so it's okay. Blade's starting to burn through at 0.11. Make sure we're fully on our retrograde marker. 0.16, the ablator burning through. Speed dropping off quite rapidly now. We have got the drogue chutes on this particular craft, so that will help us as long as we can get slowed down enough to be able to deploy them. G-force is rising. The ablator is not burning off anymore. Coming in now, we're at 14,000 meters up, so that's all good. We're going to land on this bit of land, I think. Still too fast for the drogue chutes, we can see by this marker here. Plenty of electrical charge now. It's been going up slowly with the solar panel we have on the craft. So drogue chutes could come out now. Might be worth letting them go. Just trying to work out what might be best science-wise for what we've got on. Whether we want to land in the water or we want to land on the land, but I think our trajectory is taking us to the water anyway, so I may as well let the drogue chutes go now. You can turn off the stability assist now. No need for that at all. Still at 5,000 meters, so we are at obviously at sea level terrain, so we've just got to wait until We get a little bit lower, otherwise we'll slow down too much. Valhalla, welcome back to Cohen. We'll let the other chutes go now at 2,500. The main chutes are out now. Well, F5 for that safety. We'll allow a bit of time warp now. Get us down on the ground a little bit sooner. Main chutes now fully deployed. A nice sedate 5 meters per second as we coast gently down. At maximum time warp. Probably get rid of the drogue chutes now. Not worth it. Not going to lose that much speed, I don't think. Here we are, 100 meters up now, so just about to do a nice gentle splashdown in the sea. And there we go. Perfect. And we could do an atmospheric pressure scan. I knew there was a good reason to take this with me. Anything else we can do? Surface sample we could do. Let's just save it, make sure she doesn't get in any trouble. So take a surface sample and an EVA report, and then jump back in again. And I think we're good now to recover the vessel. So she's got 10 research points, got a few ribbons for a few things that she did on her way back. We collected 14.6 science, 6,500 funds returned. We went too far from the KSC, 343 kilometers, give us 82%. And now we've got a level 1 Valhalla who is an engineer, I think. So welcome to the space center. Yes, we got 48,000 for that as well for her for bringing her back safely. Anything else that could be interesting? Expanding the moon station. No, looks good. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode where I think we're going to be concluding our Juno mission. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then please consider giving me a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to hear about when I do some more videos. In the meantime, if you want to click on one of the other videos that I've done on a different game, then these are my latest ones. Please go ahead. Or if you click on the next video in this series, that'll take you directly to the next video in this series if I've done it and uploaded it. Thanks for watching.